Well, I thought today I would do a bit of self-appreciation. I've been not only making new mods like the tractor, the Porsche, and the Lotus 72, but I've also updated a bunch of older mods to work and, tweaked them a little bit, like the Pigeon, the wheel fender arches, which I don't think get enough appreciation. Then we've also got the open wheel fender arches, which, once again, don't get much appreciation because it's not a full body. And I thought I would actually start a new series of fixtures, which basically take the old sort of fixtures and just, get rid of the silly rim around the edge. And I'm going to put it all in one build. I'm going to make this like a dually open wheeler sort of weird jankiness sort of thing. And to make this, we're going to make this out of fiberglass because that's what the original Pigeon was made out of. And, space frame, we're going to say that this is like some sort of Hoonigan style vehicle. It's going to be made of steel, a front longitudinal, double wishbone, and double wishbone. As for the engine, I think we're going to go with something like a Ferrari. Even though the 360 doesn't really seem to be anybody's particularly favorite Ferrari, I do like it quite a lot. And it's mainly because of the engine. So we're going to try to find what sort of engine this thing has. The little miniature V8. The bore is 85, right about there. And the stroke is 79, right about there. In almost a 3.6 liter, which I find that kind of amusing because the Australian-made Barra, which is, kind of honestly gutless, is quite a bit bigger than this. Our 6-cylinder, our straight 6, is 4 liters. So I find this a little bit amusing, but we're going to be dual overhead cams it might have 5 valves. Yep, double overcam, 5 valves per cylinder. Well, there we go. Aluminium, harmonic dampener, and then a flat plane crank. I don't know if any of this is forged. You know what, it might be. So let's just go with some regular old generic forged and see if we can get away with that. We do only have to go over just 8,500 RPM, so it's not going to need to be particularly the most robust, but 313 kilowatts from this. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we can do it. I'm torn. It looks like it's twin, but I could swear that this is individual throttle bodies. But because I want it to look correct, we're gonna go with what the double. Probably a higher octane fuel, at least probably 98 octane. Get that RPM set correctly, somewhere around like 92. Long tubular exhaust, set it to dual, high flow 3-ways, a straight through and nothing. And actually, we're pretty darn close right off the bat. 294 kilowatts, that's very close. And 373 newton meters. Dead bang on. Give it just a little bit of paint. Oh, yes. That's exactly what I wanted. And let's give it a listen. That's loud. Moving on now, and we're onto our body, and it immediately just looks absolutely just weird. We're gonna try rear-wheel drive because we're gonna try to go for a dually. It's gonna be manual. It's gonna be 5-speed. Put that speed up a fair chunk. Give it some sort of geared, cheaper sort of. I don't want to go electronic, but for a differential. Radial tires and semi-slicks, obviously, because that's just what you do. I could really do a mini truck sort of looking thing, but I think we're good for now. Then vented something like a 2-piston on the front and a vented 1-piston on the rear. No under tray because we're not that sophisticated over here. Sport seats, no entertainment because the driving experience itself is the entertainment. No safety, obviously, because you're not in this thing to be safe. Status ring, gas monotube, passive, says something to sport. Seems that we have severe issues with wheel spin. Really? 52% wheel spin. Oh my god. Oh yeah, we are not fixing that anytime soon. Oh, we can, however, go wider tires now. Ooh, it's amazing. We have all that power in such a light car, but yet 0 to 100 is 4.1 seconds. Oh, that is a lot lower than what I thought it was going to be. And we're not even fully low. Oh dear. Well, let's get to doing the stupid stuff now. Make this track width much wider. There, yeah, that's just exactly how we want it to be. So now we can put on that wheel cover, which is under 3D parts. Yoink! Stretch that out to cover it up. There we go. Now we're mini trucking. I should probably paint it though. You know what? Since we're on Ferraris anyway, we may as well just make it a Ferrari red. Why not? Ferrari, please don't sue me. Now let's go ahead and stick on these things. Now these are tricky to make work, even at the best of times. So we're gonna start back here. I'm gonna show you the trick for this. Move that over here. Try to look dead onto the wheel as possible. Move that into the center, then drag it out. And then we're gonna shrink it down. And now you can see how it's not on alignment. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna move that up there and then regrow it. Now here's a little tidbit of information. I specifically set this so then it was pivoting at the center, so you can change this orientation to however you want it to be. And I think Y-wheel works quite nicely as well. And now for the NACA duct, which is my pride and joy. So as you can see, yeah, no lip on this one. It does have a little bit of a thing that you can see. Unfortunately, that's just mostly unavoidable. But this is avoidable. So since this is meant to be a, what would you call it, like a demonstration of all my things, we've got to put a few on. But where do we put them? There, I think that's enough NACA ducts to show off my new NACA duct prowess. Let's go ahead and fit some headlights and some sort of grill. I'll probably also do a brimless version of grills and stuff as well, because look at that lip. Oh, those mirrors look awesome. I love them. But let's do some taillights now. I see some UV mesh issues potentially here. So instead of actually doing something about it, I'm gonna just fill the gap in. Look at that! Oh, it's coming together. Let's go ahead and do something that's not silly at all. Perfect. That's totally not insane. And make that front end Bozazoku as hell, bro. All right. I think we're ready to take this abomination over to BeamNG. Even if it does have the spring sticking out like that. Much better. Now you can't see it at all. Don't fix the issue, just cover it up. And here we are. I'm just realizing I forgot to put exhaust on this thing. But one thing I have done is I've made the wheel cover thingy rotate with a wheel, though it is jank. Either way, let's go ahead and see how this thing handles now that we got it out here around to a track, and lots and lots of understeer. One of the things I've omitted in this intermission time for the recording is I put an extra wing in the, a couple of wings in the front there to help bring the traction up on the front, because it does have way too much understeer, and I think we're now running into a problem of having our cars be just, you know, not getting the traction we need on the tires. Also, I'm noticing that the intake is only really hitting the airbox and not the rest of the intake. But yeah, aside from that, you know, not as bad a wheel spin sort of car as I thought it would be. They made it out as if it was going to be the worst thing in the world, but it's not actually that bad. It's doing pretty all right, and I am enjoying it. This is probably one of the stupidest builds I've ever done, but I am enjoying it. And I noticed that my tires, hold on, if we pause right there, or a bit of shade here, hold on, give it a second. The tire must be expanding right now, because this is attached to the wheel hub, meaning that no matter how the wheel moves, this will be moving with it. So the tire is expanding now, and expanding beyond the wheel cover. That is interesting. Like, I knew that the tires expanded, but not only at like, oh wait, hold on, we're going nearly 260 kilometers an hour. Okay, yeah, maybe it would do that. Then coming around to the rear here, it's just expanding just a little bit, but also the suspension is pushing us down. Yeah, our mini truck is bottoming out. What the hell is that? Oh my goodness, I think one of the wings is bugged out slightly. Yeah, well, let's see how it does around the slingshot. The slingshot will catch out anything that's not well tuned once we start getting beyond like 210. Like, obviously, any really badly tuned car won't be able to take this at any speed, really, if you're that bad. But one that's like tried to tune, but not done particularly well, will max out at about 210. And we went through at about 250, scrubbed off a little bit of speed because we're not turbocharged. The vehicle doesn't have behemoth amounts of torque because we got a lot of power from a small engine. Oh, it looks like our handling is slightly negatively affected there. Oh, dearie me. Let's go ahead and try a hot lap and check this wheel spin. Wheel spin all the way up through first gear, and that's it. wheel spin is done. This thing would probably much benefit though from a better gearbox. Being a manual is not like the worst thing in the world, but I mean, manuals are a little bit slow to shift. Oh God, nope, there's that understeer we talked about. Oh God, oh God, no, tank slapper! Nah, shoot! Nah. This time we won't understeer, and we're not gonna get into a tank slapper as well. We have to take a really long time to get this thing into the right alignment before you can accelerate out of a corner, which is unfortunate. I think mid-engine would probably fix that issue. Get back on a straight line, oh God. Once this thing gets into a tank slapper, it is an unfortunate car to be in, if I'm gonna be entirely honest, but there we go. Now, for you that are all thinking that widening out the chassis is only cosmetic, look at that! The tires are actually that wide. It's not fake. Stop thinking that. Let's get through the slingshot now. We're gonna try to keep as much speed as possible. 256, good. That did pretty well. We're maxing out in speed though. Slowing down now. Oh, maybe I slowed down a little too early then. This car is quite light and nimble. And then speed out of Bavaria Bend and bring it down to Kill Rob Chicane. How late can we brake? Can we brake at the 100-meter board? Oh, okay. Our brakes are doing pretty well. Usually 100 and so meters will be enough for a very fast car. And this car is actually quite fast. Like, it accelerates pretty darn well. But I think we could have braked a lot later. Maybe like, I don't know, 75 even? Oh God, no! Ah, at least this gives us the opportunity to take this one again at about 75 meters out. Ooh, okay. I think at like 80 to 85 meters, this thing would be absolutely perfect. You'd be able to trail brake right into that corner. Now going through Popsicle, coming around, doing all right, not understeering through here yet, and then slow down for Adam's Apex, which will catch out pretty much any vehicle. This is the worst corner ever. God damn it! That's fine. We'll just straighten back up and then we'll keep going. Oh God, this thing under acceleration coming out of a corner, especially a tricky one like Adams, will be caught out quite badly. The Cossacks is trying to kill us, but now we've only got Lamb's Hope to go. Get turned in and floor it down the line. Come on, bro, you can do it. Yeah. Oh, I just had a look at our time. 2:10, not the fastest. Oh dear. What are the other ones? Great, BeamNG doesn't tell us, thanks game. So yeah, you want to try out these things, go for it. And if you like this sort of content, go ahead and subscribe. For now, I think I might take it to a, you know, a more fun track. Oh yeah, old school Monza. This thing is going to be absolutely brutal for this truck. So we're gonna take the banked loop part of the section first. Now, they used to actually technically do a figure eight. Now, it's kind of, the loops are inside of each other, so they would go around and then they would meet up at different parts of the track. But still, I think this is pretty freaking fun. Now, it's not like the traffic doesn't go against each other. They do go the same direction, but in different parts of the track, they would meet up and be on the same part of the track at the same time. I think that is the coolest thing ever, and I don't know why they got rid of it. I think this was like a fantastic idea. But let's get around the next corner, and then I'll show you what I mean. Right here. You see this corner right here? That's the normal corner, Parabolica, and the corner that still exists. And this is the bowl that came around. And then they meet up together, and then they drive down the road together, and then depending which part of the lap you're on, you're gonna have to like cross over to do a different thing. And now you're coming down racing side by side, crossing the line, but you're not on the same part. Like, some people are now gonna go do the bowl part of the lap, whereas I gotta come down here now and take down these parts of the track, which no longer exist. This track is quite different now compared to what it used to be. And I think they should bring this back. This is so freaking awesome. But yeah, I've had my fun. I hope you guys have also had quite a lot of fun. But for now, I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.